Hello everyone and welcome to my video. Recently I had a tendon transfer in my foot, corrective surgery to sort out my foot drop. What you're about to see is my journey. And before I begin, it's worth mentioning I'm not a content creator or any of that bollocks, so don't expect any professional videos. And away we go. These are my legs. Can you guess which one suffers from the foot drop? If you picked the left one, congratulations. Give yourself a goldfish. First, you should know a little bit about myself. I'm a 41-year-old man. When I was 18, I got into a fight. A real fight. And my opponent pulled a knife on me. No, come on. That's not a real knife.
That's a knife.
Cue a trip to the hospital where I underwent emergency surgery. I was stabbed in the hamstring, completely severing the peroneal nerve, which controls the movement to my foot. Instant foot drop. The surgeon took a nerve from my calf and tied it to the severed or stabbed nerve in the back of my thigh. Then it was a 2-year wait to see how effective the surgery was. Nah, just kidding, but one can dream, right? So after 2 years, I had the use of my calf muscle, but my tibialis was still very weak. Considering I had full foot drop though, I was very happy with these results. These videos are now taken as a 41-year-old bloke. As you can see, still got some movement, but overall pretty weak. So now it's been over 20 years since the surgery and my foot has problems. Because of foot drop, the tendons have become elongated. If you have a look at my foot, you can see how it's inverted in. This is because the tendons are overstretched and they're no longer able to support my foot. Walking has become difficult. You can see how my foot buckles out to the side every time I put weight on it. After a while, this becomes extremely painful and I've got to stop walking. In addition to the tendons in my tibialis becoming overstretched, the tendons in my calf had become extremely tight. So I bought this vibrating plate to help stretch out the calf muscle, and it did an excellent job. Highly recommend using this, but be aware it's quite difficult to multitask when you're using this. I certainly wouldn't recommend trying to drink a cup of tea, for example, or do any other activities that might be deemed somewhat hazardous. So back to the hospital I go, this time to get a tendon transfer from the surgeon. And I wake up with my foot in a plaster cast. It's got to stay like this for the next 7 weeks. I'm not allowed to put any weight on it, and essentially I'm stuck on the couch. It's gonna be a long 7 weeks, I tell ya. Roll on 7 weeks and I'm given this paediatric boot. This is great because it means I can now get about on crutches. I'm still not allowed to put any weight on it, but at least I can hobble about places. This boot obviously is easy to take off and clean my foot afterwards. And here are a few pictures of how my foot is healing 7 weeks after the surgery. A little over 3 months since the surgery, and in the iconic words of Maximus Aurelius of gladiator fame, freedom! I was finally allowed to put some weight on my foot again. At first, it was pretty painful, not surprising considering I hadn't put any weight on it for 3 months, but alas, I spent the next month gradually learning to walk again, making the tendon more flexible and getting used to weight bearing once again. Here's me, soon after getting the boot off, lifting my foot up and down. I'm activating the tibialis in this video. As you can see, my foot doesn't hang down nearly as much as it did before, meaning once I'm walking again, I won't be tripping so much over my own toes and I should have a bit more stability. And now we get to the part of why you click this video in the first place. It's been 7 months since I've had the surgery and 3 months since I've been told I can walk again. In those 3 months, I have been walking a shed load. Anywhere I need to go, I will walk, or I will cycle. Either way, I've been doing a shed load of rehabilitation in some form or another. Walking, cycling, and some stretch exercises and strength exercises that was given to me by my physio. My foot, it still hurts a little bit, but this is normal as the tendons are still recovering and will be recovering for another 6 months or so. The surgeon told me that full recovery, and by full I mean the full recovery as to be expected, will be about a year after the initial surgery. For now, I'm absolutely stoked at how well the surgery has gone. My foot, it's a lot more stable, it's not buckling, and I feel confident to walk on uneven terrain, for example. I've still got to watch myself because it hurts a little bit when I overstretch the calf, but as I mentioned about a minute ago, it's alright, it's kind of normal. Cheers for watching everyone, and if you got this surgery coming up, feel free to ask some questions in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.